heart rages around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality.
Jamming to that countdown like I always do. Hey, guys. Hey. Welcome back to part 2 after lunch. Thank you guys for joining. All right. Now, hold on just a second. Let me get the thing ready here. Okay. So, earlier today in the first stream we did, we had no stream. We looked at exactly what we're looking at right now. However, massive, huge thanks to Gigi over at Pretty Lies and Alibis and her live tweeting. We were able to know what was happening in the courtroom. So, just to recap, if you missed the first stream, I will tell you what had happened. What had happened was the defense came in today ready to start their case in chief because the state rested on Friday. Well, the defense decided they wanted to switch up things. The strategy they've been going with so far, the defense that they've had so far is that they are saying Zachary Hughes wasn't there, he didn't do it. Now, today, this morning, they come in with the defense switch up, the switcheroo, right? So what they tried to argue, their new defense that they want to use, is that Zachary Hughes did in fact do it, but he did it in defense of others. Defense of others is their strategy. Defense of others being the daughter, Christina, her daughter, the little girl. The state and the judge are both like, yeah, that's not going to work because the little girl was at school at the time that it was happening, or at the time of the murder here. So that's not really going to work in the legal sense. Well, after the judge goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth to his chambers to think about and whatever, he comes back and he's like, no. But apparently he's going to limit some of the questioning. I'm not really sure yet. We'll find out, I guess, as the day goes on. But the defense does ask the judge, okay, well, if we can't do that, if we put Zachary up on the stand to testify, can he say why he killed Christina? And the judge is like, not if it's going to include CSAM material. Okay. So the defense team and Zachary huddle together, trying to decide what they're going to do. And then they come out with their opening statement, you guys. We ended the stream because the last word we heard was that they were going on lunch. Well, they did that. And I was like, okay, well, they're going to lunch. I will cut this stream, start a part 2 for after lunch, which is what we're watching now, what we're doing right now at this very moment. So I cut the first stream, planning to come back after lunch. Lo and behold, wouldn't you know, like 5 minutes later, I'm sitting here doing stuff at my desk and I hear noise and I'm like, well, what's that? And I click over to the stream, the Law and Crime Network feed. And there's the defense with their opening statement. And I'm like, whoa, 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 wait, what's happening here? And then literally he gives his opening statement and then the judge dismisses the jury and then he brings them back all to say, we're taking a lunch till 1:30. So we, as I promised in the chat, we will watch the opening statement. It's very short, but very jaw-dropping. Okay. And then hopefully by the time we're done with that, the first witness for the defense should be on the stand any time if they're not already. But we will be just a couple minutes behind because I want you guys to catch the opening statement. I want to say hey to everybody in the chat. Hi, guys. Hey, Becky, welcome back. And Michelle. Cynthia Bujak, hey, ma'am. Sherry Jones, hey friend. Akasha, C. Morales, Sherry, hi Sherry, new name, hi, welcome to the chat. Welcome back, Kel. Yes, make sure that you guys put your thumbs up. I would appreciate it if you put your DNA all over that thumbs up button. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, Morgana, welcome back. Miss King, welcome back. All right, my crew is here. Are y'all ready to roll? Are you ready to roll? Let's do this thing. Let's do it. Hey, Alice, welcome to the chat. Welcome, welcome, Alice Turner. Hello, hello. Hi, guys. Love seeing all these new faces. Makes me happy. All right, let's get straight on with this opening statement. This is what we missed. It started like 5 minutes or something like that right after I ended the first stream. So we're going to catch it. Hey, Melinda Hands. Hey, welcome, girly. Chilly in Texas, huh? Michelle licked it. Of course you did. Of course you did. You licked that thumbs up button, huh? I'll take the thumbs up any way I can get it. Yep. Any way I can get it. All right. So the judges come to the bench. The camera's going to pan any second over to the defendant. Let me 5-second move over. There we go. Okay. Audio is all the way up. You're healthy. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm getting chilly. I'm going to go check the furnace real quick. Maybe crank that up a notch or two. I'll be right back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that y'all had a nice rest and break. As I've indicated before, I do need to ask you, has anyone seen anything on news, done any kind of investigation, found out anything about this case? Okay. No one from the jury has indicated they have done such. Okay. Thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's our turn. Mr. Moore and I have been waiting for a long while to be at this point. I was going to say it's been a week, but it's been longer than a week. It's been years. Our client, Zach Hughes, has been waiting for a lot longer than that. He's been waiting over 3 years, some 3 years and 3 months. As Mr. Mormon told you at the outset of this case, we are honored and privileged to be representing Zach. You're going to hear about Zach in the next day or two. You're going to hear that he's a very gifted and accomplished young man. He is 32 years old now. He was 29 when this happened. He's from a wonderful family. You've probably seen them seated back here in the courtroom throughout this trial so far. You're going to hear a little bit about his life. He was born in California. When he was still a boy, his parents took Zach and his brother, moved him to southwestern Virginia, where they moved into a small farm, and then they took on 5 orphan children who lived there with them. And you can hear that Zach was homeschooled. He learned the value of hard work and discipline as he grew up around the family farm. He helped his young siblings. His family moved to Greenville when Zach was a teenager. In Greenville, he finished high school, being homeschooled still, and you'll hear that his hard work and his discipline paid off, and he was accepted into a very fine college with scholarships. He went on where he studied music, and he won piano competitions. His emphasis was on piano performance. As an adult, Zach has had an accomplished career performing classical music and even recording classical music. So this is the time now for our case and for Zach to testify. But understand, ladies and gentlemen, that we have no obligation under the law or the Constitution to be doing this. This case actually could be over when the state rested. The state has the burden of proof of proving this case in every element of every charge beyond a reasonable doubt. We would not have to put up anybody. Zach wouldn't have to testify. Wouldn't have to put up any witnesses. In fact, if Zach were not here, his honor would instruct you that you couldn't use that against him. But we are going to do so. And Zach is going to testify because Zach has been waiting for this opportunity to tell a group of people like you what really happened, which is that he took the life of Christina Parcell. And crucially, he's been waiting and wanting to tell you why. Now, the why to a case like this is very important because it goes to the heart of the matter, and that is malice. Okay, malice is what makes a homicide a murder. And we heard from that from the prosecution's opening, as you recall. The prosecution said that Zach was mad.
Sorry, I'm eating a peanut butter sandwich. I didn't get lunch during lunch. I mean, there he says it. He did it. He did it. So, let's go.
They said he had an angry heart, that he wanted to inject himself into this custody dispute of somebody he knew. But that's not why it happened. And that is not what you were going to hear about why this happened. Now, as we turn to our case now, it's important to realize that we could have handled this case extremely differently. Okay, we could have attacked the sufficiency of the state's case. We could have brought in an expert to talk about the DNA. Okay, we didn't do that. We could have challenged the identification evidence. And I want you to consider the professional from law enforcement, from the state law enforcement division, who testified about the enhancement that they did on the videos and the photographs, and how they were able to use this fancy technology to enhance and to account for the differences between sunlight and shadow and the distance. And after all of that, and after all of the technical work that was done, the conclusion was that the guy on the bicycle was 6'5", a big guy like him. Well, as you probably noticed, and as you will see, Zach is shorter than I am. On a good day, I'm 10 foot. I'm 6 foot, 5 foot 10 inches. Okay, he's shorter than I am. Consider the other professional. There's one who spent a great deal of time looking at the enhancement of the person on the bicycle. And after all that time, what was that conclusion? That this person had a beard, has to be a man. And they enlarged it, and they used, again, all of that technical information to take a look at it. This guy had a beard. This is before they had any suspects. Well, what do we know about Zach and what we learned about Zach? He was clean shaven. We know that from a couple of days prior, and we know that from a couple of days after. We could have attacked that. We could have attacked the identification from the neighbor. As you remember, a neighbor, after 3 years, came into court, and all of a sudden, after 3 years, was able to identify the man whose picture had been on television for the past 3 years. Had never told anybody even that she could identify somebody. And this was somewhere between 8 and 8:15 in the morning. And what you're going to find, ladies and gentlemen, is that couldn't have happened because the person on that bicycle was not even in that neighborhood for at least an hour to an hour and 15 minutes later. But we didn't attack that. We could have done that, and we could have made mountains of objections throughout this trial. And as you heard, we made very few, and we did not do it. And why is that? Because Zach wants to take the stand and tell you what happened. Now, the prosecution has told you that they will prove this malice in this case by showing you that Zach was mad, that he was angry. And malice is a key part of this case because malice is the very essence of the definition of murder. Okay, so what is murder? Murder is the killing of somebody with malice aforethought. And what is malice? The prosecution told you it's anger, that is madness, and that is a component of it. The definition, though, it is the killing of a person without just cause or excuse.
Yes, he is.
Intentional doing of a wrongful act without just cause or excuse. And I want you to think about those words, that definition, as you listen to the testimony that you're about to hear in this case. The why to the homicide is very important because it gives insight into the person's heart. In this case, you were going to hear that the why was not jealousy or greed or a crime of passion or some other emotion. You're going to hear that Zach did not act like an angry heart like the prosecutor conjectured. You're going to hear that this was not done for money or any other personal gain or benefit, not to help out any kind of friend. You're going to hear that this was done for a just cause. And that's not malice, and that's not murder. Thank you.
What's the just cause? I have lots of questions. All right. So basically, all he does is send the jury to lunch after this. My computer feels like it is being super laggy, and the only explanation I have for that is weather, because we are getting snow at the moment, but I feel like, yeah, protecting the daughter. But the thing is, she was at school. And like, the state and okay, we have somebody on the stand. So we're only like 4 minutes behind. The judge already said that won't work because she was at school. Now, had she been there and it was actually a self-defense or defense of others, it would be a situation where it was like immediate danger, like right then and there, you know? Your internet too. Ugh. They do wean baby, but what they're saying is they can't use it as defense of others. They can't use it because in order for them to do that, to use that defense, it would have had to have been in the moment, not in general. We are back live, P. Lola. We are. Okay, here he calls the first witness. Okay. And here we go. The judge does not look happy.
So again, let's pick up where we left off. I had reminded you of your testimony from last week, wherein you were asked the following about typing in this website. And you were asked what happened, and you testified it just redirected me to another escort website. Then you were asked, were any of those photos on that escort website? And you testified, no, sir. And then you were asked, which you previously testified to, were any of the pictures of Christina Parcell on any of those websites that you found? No, sir. You remember that testimony?
Yes, sir.
Isn't she in your report on the harassment allegations?
Your Honor, I'm reading.
Your Honor, he's an adverse witness, 611C. He testified for the state. He's a member of the Greenville County Sheriff's Office. I have every single right to lead him pursuant to 611C.
Your Honor, he is their witness. They call it.
And
In
what-
direct examination.
Witness, so I'm just saying.
Ooh, it's been a long day for them. It's been a long day for them, and we're just seeing it first out of the gate. But it's been a long, treacherous day for them. So these attorneys are probably just like, "Urgh." So yeah, we might see some fireworks today.
Show you Defense Exhibit 65 again. Look at this bottom paragraph. Would you please read what I have bracketed to the jury?
Yes, sir. I photographed the 6 envelopes and the contents of the open ones. The open ones were addressed to Brad Post. One contained black and white nude images of Parcell with the address checklist. The images have a web address of http://belladonna.escort-site.com. I checked this web address and it was not valid. It redirected me to another escort site under a different URL. The other contained several of the same images, but were not in color.
So is it true, based on this report, that you were redirected to other websites that had the same images that were in those envelopes? Isn't that correct?
No, sir.
Isn't that what you said in your report?
That's poorly worded on my part, but I meant the other envelopes. Same images were not in color.
What are you saying you meant?
The images that were in the other envelopes, not another website.
So didn't you say that you found these on the internet? Isn't that what you said in your report?
No, sir.
Tell me again what you said. Yeah, please read it again to the jury. Read it again.
It's okay if I go to the relevant part instead of
Yeah, and I've got a bracket there.
Okay. Photographed 6 envelopes and the contents of the open ones. The open ones were addressed to Brad Post. One envelope, or it just says one contained black and white nude images of Parcell with the address checklist. The images have the web address of http://belladonna.escort-site.com. I checked this web address and it was not valid. It redirected me to another escort site under a different URL. The other contained several of the same images, but were in color. Now, like I explained, it's poor wording on my part, but I was referring to the other envelopes contained several of the same images, but they were in color. I wasn't referring to another website.
And in your report, you don't distinguish between envelopes and websites, do you?
Like I said, it was just poor wording, but I was referring to just other envelopes had the same images, just in color.
And
Okay, well, that's
Is
a
it
big
true
difference. That's a goof up.
that it is very possible that those images could have been online and just taken down at the time you tried to look at it. Isn't that true?
In another website? Is that what you're referring?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
One second.
Mm-mm.
Those are all the questions I would ask investigative level in this context. Yeah, I don't have anything further on the examination.
May it please the court, briefly. Did you ever find naked photos of Christina Parcell on the internet when you checked?
No, sir.
It's because it didn't exist that you could find.
Not that I could find.
No further questions.
Nothing else, Your Honor. Okay. Your Honor, there is, Your Honor, pursuant to your previous ruling, I would like to present some information in the absence of the jury.
Of course. Ay, ay, ay. He was an investigator, Ween Baby. He was on the stand, what was it, Friday? I can't remember. Whatever day it was when they did the whole, like, they took the entire day to basically discuss, say the same thing over and over and over in each individual manila envelope that was sent from Zachary Hughes, the like revenge popcorn. Same guy. The one that kept saying DiGiorno. Thus the pizza in the top right hand corner. Yeah. That one. Let me go see if they come back quickly. Looks like no. We're in real time, so we're waiting. It's been a lot of hurry up and wait today, right? A lot of hurry up and wait. Yeah. Morgana says, please don't forget to smear your DNA all over that thumbs up button. Yes, please. Hey, Tanika, they did. If you want to rewind it back a little bit, you can catch the defense's opening statement. There's some big bombs in it. Rise of Phoenix says, I'm just now getting the cheese pizza reference. Oh. Yes, we're back, David. You guys, if you missed it, we've been live, about 35 minutes now for part 2. Rewind it back a little bit until you see stuff going on in the courtroom, and you'll hear the defense's opening statement. Definitely worthy. When was what, David? The opening? The opening literally happened right after I ended the first stream. Like 5 minutes after I ended the first stream, they did the opening. But then the judge then was like, okay, now we're going to lunch. Be back at 1:30, blah, 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 blah. So I didn't expect the opening statement until after they came back from lunch. But they did it and then broke for lunch. And the opening statement wasn't even 5 minutes long, maybe 2-3 minutes. But definitely worth scrolling this back. Sorry, didn't mean to knock y'all for a loop there. And yeah, definitely worth going back. Let me mute this for a minute so I can fix my mic. Okay, I'm back. P. Lola says, now I know why I'm lost. Yeah. Yep. But we're in real time now, just waiting. The defense said they wanted to discuss something out of the presence of the jury. Her blood was on the bicycle, right? I think it was. I think they specified that it was indeed blood, but they didn't specify whose. So 2 points to the blood on the bicycle. I can't remember if they said specifically it was blood on the bicycle. I'm pretty sure they said that it was. But if it was, they didn't say that it belonged to her. I think the only DNA that they proved was his DNA on the bicycle and his DNA under one of her fingernails. Right, Akasha. There was, I think they said on the bicycle there was his DNA and someone else's, but it was not, um, it, they couldn't confirm. The other DNA was unfigure outable or whatever. So, you guys, I'm freezing. Brr. Freezing. Ooh. Alice says, I've been confused too. I keep bopping in and out because it's kind of frustrating. Yeah, I know. It's frustrating when you have to sit and wait on it like this. Frustrating. This would have been a really good trial to have reviewed like after the fact, so that way you can scooch through the stuff. It's frustrating when things don't run smoothly, you know. That's what happens whenever you stream trials in real time. I personally like to stream trials like half a day behind. Like if a trial normally starts at, say, 9 in the morning, I like to start it around 11 or 12. So that way we can skip through sidebars and comfort breaks and the lunch hour. I'll be right back. Kiddo's hollering. Oh, you guys, these kids. They did make it super confusing from the beginning with the rose petals for sure, Ween Baby. Like you said early on, they tried to sensationalize it by making it seem like some sort of crime of passion, when in reality, they never even confirmed anything about the roses being, they actually said that they were not like sprinkled around her body in any certain way. It literally looks like somebody was being beat about the face and neck with a dozen red roses. I mean, there was like stems laid out and leaves all over the place, and no. Mm-mm. Yeah, ritualistic. I know. So stupid. So stupid. Come on. So impatient today. And no one questioned if there were injuries that looked like that's how they were caused. Yeah. Like from the thorns and stuff, you mean? I don't know. Hey, Blunts and Gems. Hey, ma'am. How are you? How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying warm. I'm gonna have to grab me a fuzzy blanket if it don't warm up in here. Oh, God. What, Kel? Did you know I used to have a fear of speed bumps? I'm slowly getting over it. Oh my God. I thought you were being for real. You kill me. Lord have mercy. Mm-mm. Thank you for that, Kel. That was super cute. Wee Baby says, and from what I heard, and I tried to watch all of it, the state had no timeline and no real mention of Mello. Ooh, wow, Cynthia. I'd take it if there was no humidity. I'd take 86 degrees if there was no humidity. Ween Baby said, I think if they let in the CP, it would have been totally different. Yeah. Well, something tells me stuff's going to get squeezed in. I don't see how it can't if he's on the stand. I would say that the state will probably be on high alert and will object every 2 seconds. If and when they get a chance to, because God almighty, today has just been nothing burger. Okay, so lots of updates from Gigi at Pretty Lies and Alibis. Says jury is sent back out to put on the record what he would have asked the investigator, that it was confirmed Christina was seen in the child abuse materials, and goes through each charge saying those are considered violent crimes in South Carolina. Defense was going to call the owner of a cigar bar who found more CSAM materials after Bradley Post's arrest. Judge won't allow testimony, but the defense is summarizing what he would testify to for the record. state is summarizing the testimony that would have been given from a former guardian ad litem to the child, investigator, owner of a cigar bar who found hard drives in Post's locker there. Oof. Another would describe Christina in many photos with her daughter. Oh my God. Defense goes through what they would have had one witness testify about, what was on Post's devices, thousands of photos and hundreds of videos of the abuse of the child by her mother, Christina Parcell and Bradley Post. Um, 6 minutes ago, again, the judge is not allowing Zachary Hughes to bring the CSAM in for his defense and reasoning for killing Christina Parcell to protect her from her mother and Bradley Post. So, talk about stuck between a rock and a hard place, because the defense already gave the opening statement that he did it for a just reason. What other reason would you have? I'm right, Tanika. I am blown away right now. Tanika says, whoa, no imminent danger if the daughter is at school, right? Otherwise, it's just a vigilante killing. Absolutely. Oh, hey, Shards of Words. Oh, very cool name. Hey, girl, I'm here from Kathy's channel. Hi, and welcome here. Welcome. Let me see. He could just blurt out, I killed her because she was abusing her daughter, right? David's caught up. Oh, thank you for hitting that thumbs up button. I appreciate it. Right, Miss King. It's not fair not to let that in. Welcome back, Margaret. But clearly, that's why he did it. Especially after the prosecution was allowed to speculate as to why he did it. Listening this morning while cleaning. Oh, good deal. I love that. I'm a big worker and lurker, you know. But the danger was every time that child was at home with the mother. I agree with that. Oh wow, you found some plastic peas. Yummy, yum. What? Yeah, you want to go put them in one of your bowls and find some toy butter to put on it? You guys, my children, hold on a minute. I've got another one that's wanting something. Hey Brenda. It is like Grand Central Station at my house with these kids right now. I'm so sorry. I will be right back. Also kind of not sorry because, it's kids, my kids. So I will be right back. And the stream is running. So if they come back before I do, then yay. Okay. I'm back. Lord have mercy, they're still not back. All right, let me see. Let me see. Where was I at? Akasha says, but if to him, whether right or wrong, he felt that he needed to kill her for those reasons, then he should be able to say it. It's not like it's a lie. Well, so, sorry, I'm trying to catch my breath, running around this house like a crazy person. Okay, so you think about it. Did he really kill her for that reason? Or did he kill her because Mello wanted him to? You know what I mean? I don't know. Shard says he could blurt it out, but mistrial. They're forcing him to lie by not letting him tell the truth about why he did it. Hey, Brenda. It's good to see you, honey. How are you? Do your thing. I know, right? With kids, they just tend, usually they're not, they're pretty, we have a nice routine, but sometimes not so much. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate that. A lot. I appreciate that. Super big O mucho. Here, let me give you some sparkle. I like to dust everybody with a little bit of sparkle whenever they come in and do things like that. It's super cute. I love the sparkle man. Excelling at typos. I gotta love that. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Sparkle. Yeah, Michelle and Morgana come in with the sparkles on my behalf. Thank you, ladies. Am I the only one who doesn't feel bad at all for the victims? Or for the victim? I don't. I mean, I have no sympathy, I guess, but only because of what she did, or what she did and allowed to happen to her child and other children, for that matter, and animals, allegedly. Yeah, you can't fix PDFs. Yeah, we all kind of feel like, crazy how much glasses can help, right? I know it. So what's up with the pizza, Teresa says. So the pizza, the reason we keep bringing up the pizza is because the detective that was on the stand earlier a while ago, on the first day that he was on the stand, he kept talking about this website. So the like revenge corn on the cob that Mello and Zach collaborated on together and put out to posts neighbors and places of business where he frequents, like the cigar bar that we were talking about earlier, contained a website or something that was like belladonna Giorno or Giorno or something. And every time he said it wrong and kept saying DiGiorno. And after about the 10th time, I went and grabbed the pizza thing to put up on the top of the screen because he just kept saying DiGiorno, DiGiorno, DiGiorno. And everybody's like, well, now I want pizza. Now I want pizza. Uh-huh. Oh, and you become a new member. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Tina, hi, welcome. I understand the judge's decision, but I think it is error not to allow a defense. That's exactly it for me. I personally understand the judge's decision. I don't like it, but I understand it only because, like Tanika said earlier too, she took and made perfect, succinct sentences out of what I've been trying to say all morning and afternoon. Is if he's saying he's doing it to protect the daughter, I get that, but that's a generality. That's overall, right? But in order for it to fit a defense of others defense, it would have to have been in the moment. Like she was in immediate danger at that time, right? And so I understand why the judge keeps saying no, because, you know, it would be a vigilante situation. And so I understand it. And then there you go, right? It's like a circle. It's like a vicious circle. No one is going to know if they don't let him testify, right? I mean, in some way or another, I feel like it, P. Lola. I mean, I kind of feel like if no matter which way it goes, there's going to be some loophole somewhere. I mean, kids are going to be kids. I know. Oh, yay. Look at that. Bub Smith. That's Ween Baby. Ween Baby said I can finally join. Welcome, Bub Smith. Welcome to the Mimbas. Welcome, welcome. Cutie. I see that. She says I'm joined under my main account. I know. Uh, Kisses to the kids. Don't apologize. We love kids. Be a mom, Jenny. Thank you, guys. I know that you all get it. You all understand it. Tanika for sure gets it and understands it. Right, girl? I'm catching up. I know I'm super behind. Let me see now. She made the choice to do the nasty stuff. Why are we protecting everyone from that? It's not a lie. They have valid proof. They do have valid proof. Yeah. So I don't understand, except for the judge originally decided that it would be too prejudicial because it had nothing to do with him in the murder aspect. Well, now they're trying to make it relevant. after he's already said no. So they're like stuck between a rock and a hard place. I don't know. If they're asking for a lesser included to be added to the charges, it shouldn't matter. Are they? I don't even know if they are. I think the jury would be strong enough to still find him guilty of murder. Are they worried about jury nullification? I don't know. I don't know. I didn't think about that, but you never know. So with the insulin lady, even though she was already convicted and serving her sentence for the Ponzi scheme, they had to let it in for the murder trial because it was the prosecution's theory. Yeah. It was their theory, their motive, so to say, was because he found out about it or was asking questions about it, was getting a little too close to the situation, and Natalie decides to or inject. Welcome, Alice. Hi, and welcome, welcome. I'm going to have to give you guys some more sparkle. We need some more sparkle. Let's have some. And this is my favorite GIF because it reminds me of me and my attitude, especially on days like today. Here, I have this is my Gail gavel. Gail in the chat sent me this forever and ever and ever, amen, ago. And yeah, every time I feel like her. See, watch. That's how I feel. I want to whack-a-mole people. Whack-a-mole. Let's see. Cynthia said, when I was a child, I always thought trials were to find the truth. Then I grew up. Well, you know what? You're right. Then you grew up and you realize, just like in this case, the defense knew from the beginning that he did it. But they tried to be like, well, he didn't do it. That was mistaken identity, blah, blah, blah. Mm-mm-mm. Brenda said, Jenny, never in a million years will you believe this. My service coordinator called me and told me everything is back to the beginning. Brittany is back to 8 hours each week. I cried. Ah. Well, that's good news, right? That's good news, right, Brenda? If so, yay. I feel like that's good news because they were taking stuff away, right? Your services. Ah, there's my Kel. Love being here. Thanks, Jenny and friends. Kel's members for 4 months. I love you, Kel. Thank you, friend. But they might not find malice, which would change things. I don't know how I feel about that. Because, I mean, if you stab somebody about the face and neck 30 sometimes, that's, you know? But she was already convicted by the time of trial, so that's why they had to let it in. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of like loopholes in this one. I feel like there's a lot. Oh, wait, what? Gigi posted juries being sent home? No. Why? Oh my God, hold on. I gotta go look. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, Gigi posted 13 minutes ago and said jury is being sent home for the day. And then someone posted 6 minutes ago and said jury released for the day and instructed to avoid media coverage and return at 9:30 a.m. We will hear proffer testimony after 15-minute break. So I'm wondering if that proffer testimony will be streamed. I bet it won't, considering they didn't stream anything else today. Lord have mercy. I bet that jury is like, you know what? Why'd you even get me out of the bed today? Why did you even get me out of the bed? Oh, Brenda. Okay, wait. They reduced your hours from 45 hours a week to 8 a week. Oh, wow. Well, I was thinking that you were like had none and they were giving you some back. I'm sorry, honey. Rage, anger issues. What? I know, right? This is so weird. Yeah, usually it's not the prosecutors trying to hide stuff. It's usually the other way around, but it's totally like backwards in this trial. Hey girl, how are you? How's Kelly? How's Super Kelly? How are you? Um, Wonder if it's so the judge can ponder some more. I mean, well, apparently they're needing some proffer testimony from someone. Um, so I'm hoping it's streamed too. So a proffer testimony is basically finding out what somebody's going to say in front of the jury, you know. That's what it boils down to. It's bass backwards, right? I know it. Lord. Mm-mm-mm. I don't know, young'uns. I don't know. People are aggravated on the Twitter. Somebody said the jury must have an idea of what's going on. Somebody else said, what a waste. Why are they sent home? They're in the middle of a trial. Can this judge not make quick decisions? Judge John Judge-ish. Literally 5 minutes of testimony today. That's what somebody said. These were all in reply to Pretty Lies and Alibis tweet. God. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Dun, 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 dun. Tanika said, I think there might be a mistrial. I mean, this went off the rails. This went off the rails. Big time. I mean, what are you going to say? My thing is, okay, the judge is saying no. None of that can come in. The defense has already in their opening statement said Zach did it, but he didn't do it because he was angry. He didn't do it because of this. He didn't do it because of that. He didn't do it for money. He didn't do it for a friend. He did it for a just cause. Okay. Well, they're going to want to know what that just cause is. But the judge is saying you can't tell them what the just cause is. So where do we go from here? Right. It can't be put back in the can after opening. Nope. Kelly says, now I wish I hadn't missed this trial. You just never know when one is going to go off the rails. Well, this one did on a crazy train. Yeah, it's not uncommon for jurors to be excused early, but today is weird. And you know, after hearing that opening statement, after all the information they've already gotten from the prosecution, and then hearing that opening statement from the defense where they say he did it, but he did it for a just reason. Brenda says, Tanika, thank you for that interview with Boone Selly. Wow. But thank you. It was good, wasn't it? It was really good. He's got to look up some case law, right? They're in a pickle. What if the state wants to offer him an offer now that he's changing his story? I mean, they could. They could. And in my opinion, they know that they're going to find him guilty, because why else would they have come up with this? I did it, but I did it because of a good reason theory. You know? Kel said the defendant wanting to testify wasn't expected by the judge, in my opinion. I don't think so either. How can you limit what he has to say when he has a right to testify? It's just like the Boone self-defense. There needs to be an overt act. Right. It has been a day. Yes, the defense's opening statement was today. I'll go back and rewatch it with you guys. It was like 3 minutes long. If they're pulling an offer out now, that makes me think that they're nervous. Yeah, the opening statement was right before they went to lunch today. Well, if they stream something else, I mean, we'll catch it, but whatever the proffer is that they're wanting from whatever witness is coming up, I don't know if that'll be shown or not, because they didn't show any of the argument today about their change of strategy here. Okay, we'll run back and look at it. I have to go back and find it. It would have been about right here-ish. Here we go. Okay, so this was way earlier today, like 3 hours ago. Let me see. All right. Now, here we go. We're going to watch this back. This is the defense's opening statement right before they went to lunch. Right after the opening statement, the judge tells the jury we're going to go to lunch because they were waiting on a witness or something. And anyway, so listen to this. Let me get it to the right. I'll just go ahead and let it play out so you can watch pretty hair here. The way he looks between people freaks me out a little bit because he's like, looks like he's like, and it freaks me out. Miss King says the judge looks like Judge. He kind of does, right?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I
Here we
hope
go.
that y'all had a nice rest and break. As I've indicated before, I do need to ask you, has anyone seen anything on news, done any kind of investigation, found out anything about this case? Okay. No one from the jury has indicated they have done such. Okay. Yes.
Thank you, Honor. May it please the court. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's our turn. Mr. Moore and I have been waiting for a long while to be at this point. I was going to say it's been a week, but it's been longer than a week. It's been years. Our client, Zach Hughes, has been waiting for a lot longer than that. He's been waiting over 3 years, some 3 years and 3 months. As Mr. Mormon told you at the outset of this case, we are honored and privileged to be representing Zach. You can hear about Zach in the next day or two. You can hear that he's a very gifted and accomplished young man. He is 32 years old now. He was 29 when this happened. He's from a wonderful family. You probably seen them seated back here in the courtroom throughout this trial so far. You're going to hear a little bit about his life. He was born in California. When he was still a boy, his parents took Zach and his brother, moved him to southwestern Virginia, where they moved into a small farm. And then they took on 5 orphan children who lived there with them. And you can hear that Zach was homeschooled. He learned the value of hard work and discipline as he grew up around the family farm. He helped his young siblings. His family moved to Greenville when Zach was a teenager. In Greenville, he finished high school, being homeschooled still. And you'll hear that his hard work and his discipline paid off, and he was accepted into a very fine college with scholarships. He went on where he studied music, and he won piano competitions. His emphasis was on piano performance. As an adult, Zach has had an accomplished career performing classical music and even recording classical music. So this is the time now for our case and for Zach to testify. But understand, ladies and gentlemen, that we have no obligation under the law or the Constitution to be doing this. This case actually could be over when the state rested. The state has the burden of proof of proving this case in every element of every charge beyond a reasonable doubt. We would not have to put up anybody. Zach wouldn't have to testify. Wouldn't have to put up any witnesses. In fact, if Zach were not here, his honor would instruct you that you couldn't use that against him. But we are going to do so. And Zach is going to testify because Zach has been waiting for this opportunity to tell a group of people like you what really happened, which is that he took the life of Christina Parcell. And crucially, he's been waiting and wanting to tell you why. Now, the why to a case like this is very important because it goes to the heart of the matter, and that is malice. Okay, malice is what makes a homicide a murder. And we heard from that from the prosecution's opening, as you recall. The prosecution said that Zach was mad. They said he had an angry heart, that he wanted to inject himself into this custody dispute of somebody he knew. Angry heart, that he wanted to inject himself into this custody dispute of somebody he knew. But that's not why it happened. And that is not what you were going to hear about why this happened. Now, as we turn to our case now, it's important to realize that we could have handled this case extremely differently. Okay, we could have attacked the sufficiency of the state's case. We could have brought in an expert to talk about the DNA. Okay, we didn't do that. We could have challenged the identification evidence. And I want you to consider the professional from law enforcement, from the state law enforcement division, who testified about the enhancement that they did on the videos and the photographs, and how they were able to use this fancy technology to enhance and to account for the.
So I do want to stop here because I heard this. This is like the 3rd time now that I've heard this opening statement. And each time I'm like, why does it even matter about talking about the dude? Because he's going to say that the dude on the bike couldn't have been Zach because Zach says the murder occurred before the guy on the bike came through or something like that. So I don't know if they're going to try to make it sound like he was there at a different time. Then I don't know. I don't know what that has to do with it if they're going with the different route here.
The difference between sunlight and shadow and the distance. And after all of that, and after all of the technical work that was done, the conclusion was that the guy on the bicycle was 6'5", a big guy like him. Well, as you probably noticed, and as you will see, Zach is shorter than I am. On a good day, I'm 10 foot. I'm I'm 6 foot, 5 foot 10 inches. Okay, he's shorter than I am. Consider the other professional. There's one who spent a great deal of time looking at the enhancement of the person on the bicycle. And after all that time, what was that conclusion? That this person had a beard. It has to be a man. And they enlarged it, and they used, again, all of that technical information to take a look at it. This guy had a beard. This is before they had any suspects. Well, what do we know about Zach and what we learned about Zach? He was clean shaven. We know that from a couple of days prior, and we know that from a couple of days after. We could have attacked that. We could have attacked the identification from the neighbor. Because you remember, a neighbor, after 3 years, came into court, and all of a sudden, after 3 years, was able to identify the man whose picture had been on television for the past 3 years. Had never told anybody even that she could identify somebody. And this was somewhere between 8 and 8:15 in the morning. And what you're going to find, ladies and gentlemen, is that couldn't have happened because the person on that bicycle was not even in that neighborhood for at least an hour to an hour and 15 minutes later. But we didn't attack that. We could have done that, and we could have made mountains of objections throughout this trial. And as you heard, we made very few, and we did not do it. And why is that? Because Zach wants to take the stand and tell you what happened. Now, the prosecution has told you that they will prove this malice in this case by showing you that Zach was mad, that he was angry. And malice is a key part of this case because malice is the very essence of the definition of murder. Okay? So what is murder? Murder is the killing of somebody with malice aforethought. And what is malice? The prosecution told you it's anger, that is madness, and that is a component of it. The definition, though, it is the killing of a person without just cause or excuse. The intentional doing of a wrongful act without just cause or excuse. And I want you to think about those words, that definition, as you listen to the testimony that you're about to hear in this case. The why to the homicide is very important because it gives insight into the person's heart. In this case, you were going to hear that the why was not jealousy or greed or a crime of passion or some other emotion. You're going to hear that Zach did not act like an angry heart like the prosecutor conjectured. You're going to hear that this was not done for money or any other personal gain or benefit, not to help out any kind of friend. You're going to hear that this was done for a just cause. And that's not malice, and that's not murder. Thank you.
What's the just cause? What's the just cause? What's he going to say? Why he did it? Because the reason he wants to say why he did it, the judge isn't allowing. So what now? I mean, it sounds like they're going to do it anyway. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Hold on a minute. Let me go back. Was there anything that happened? Oh, no. Hold on. We don't want the semen tilly, right? That's what everybody's calling it, the yucky whatever trial. All right, let me go back and see. Hold on, they jumped on me here. Let me go back and find it. See if there was actually anything that popped on after the fact. And then, you guys, we will, hold on, call it a day because it is 3:30. Take an early day. After all this waiting has exhausted me to no end. Okay. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Let me cut this one and then share this one. Hi, guys. Hi. Hold on, I'm looking. Make that bigger. Bigger. Okay, now add to stage. All right, so I scrolled it back to the very, very end. And it looks like literally all that happens is the judge dismisses the jury for the day. And then it looks like Law and Crime cuts the feed. So I don't know. Apparently we're not going to get any of that proffer.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today has been a little bit of an unusual day just because there's been a lot of legal issues that I've had to go over with counsel, and I am grateful for your patience. As I've stated on numerous occasions, I thank you all for your service on behalf of the state of South Carolina. I thank you in Greenville County. I'm going to allow y'all to break for the day. I'm going to ask that you come back at 9:30 in the morning, consistent with my admonition to you all. Again, you are prohibited from watching any type of TV coverage of this trial. Do not do any research on anyone involved in this case. You're not to look at any social media. It's important to this trial, justice and fairness to the defendant and the state, that you only consider the evidence that comes in through this courtroom, and you're not to discuss this case among yourselves. Begin deliberating until I tell you to do so. And lastly, if anyone approaches you to talk to you or ask you anything about this case, you need to immediately let me know, okay? I will see y'all at 9:30 in the morning. Thank you again.
So it does that. Let me see. 5:27, and it ends in like 2 minutes after that. So yeah, they said that after they dismissed the jury, Gigi said that they are supposed to have like a 15-minute break and then hear proffer testimony from someone. So I don't know. I've been refreshing my Twitter stream and have not seen anything since. So frustrating day, right, you guys? I'm just as frustrated as you guys are. Seriously. I'm frustrated. Maybe the judge has told them, the media, that they can't share the proffer testimony either, like through live tweets. Maybe they're not allowed in the courtroom. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. Shards of Words says wrapping mom's plants today. We covered our outside pipes. I'm telling you. Yeah, we've had to leave our water drip, 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 drip. I'm gonna open this up. Morgana said that the motions hearing for Karen Reed was pretty cray cray. It's almost 2 hours long, 4, 5, 6. High speed it. I could probably start, for anybody that's into Karen Reed, I could probably start a third stream for today, a separate one for Karen Reed, if you guys are wanting to do that and watch today's hearing. I could probably do that. Or, well, yeah, I think that would be best just for completeness sake. I'd rather do that. Shards raises both hands. Well, Morgana said that it was pretty cuckoo cuckoo earlier. I don't know how much of it she's seen. Morgana, how cray cray is it? Are you still here, ma'am? Are you here, Morgana Banana? Boo, 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 boo. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Do, 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 do. Donnie said, sure, I was running errands and was in and out. All the creators are freaking out. I don't know why. Over Karen Reed or over this? It ended abruptly. Okay. Okay. Over Karen Reed. Karen Reed, it would be nice to watch it with Crime Family. Okay. All right. Well, then here's what. Okay, don't ruin it, Morgana. We'll watch it. Let me cut this one, you guys. And I don't know that YouTube will give me. YouTube is really stingy with notifications, okay? Usually they'll notify you the first two. Super Kelly's like, okay, bye, I'm out. Super Kelly, aren't you the one that's like, no thanks on the Karen Reed situation? Somebody in the chat, somebody was like, no, Karen Reed, I'm out. And I think it's Kelly. Oh, Michelle too. Michelle's like, no, I'm good. Okay. Michelle said Karen Reed ain't my bag. All right. Maybe it is Kelly's then. I can't remember. I think I'm thinking of you then, Michelle, because I remember somebody being like, nah. But what I was saying is YouTube is pretty stingy with notifications. And they are Michelle said, I'll go find a documentary on Night Stalker or Bundy or Manson. LOL. Donnie said, are there any other cases? Oh, honey, there's cases all over the place, right? I mean, yeah, look for me live in a few. I was just going to say they're really bad about not giving 2 notifications. If you guys want to hang tight, give me a couple minutes. I can go create the stream and give you the link to it. I can do that if you guys want to hang tight for just a couple minutes. Let me put my little intermission video up and give you some elevator music for your convenience, for your entertainment purposes. And I'll go create the stream, and then I'll drop that stream in the chat here so that you all don't have to go looking for it. All right, let me go find my intermission video. Where are you? Here it is. All right, now I will put that on loop, and I will go play you guys some Feed the Duck music, and I will be back in just a moment. Okay, you guys, I am just about done here. Just about done. I know it takes me forever, but I had to make a thumbnail and all that jazz. So let me save this. Let me download this thumbnail real quick and add it to the stream, and then I will send you guys the link. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate it. Bada bing, bada boom. Apply. All right, create live stream. Now, view on YouTube. Okay, here's the link. Copy. And, oh, hold on. Let me turn my camera on. Sorry, didn't realize my camera wasn't on. Join us at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to replay the Karen Reed motions hearing from today. All right, there's the link for that. And yeah, I will be over there at about 4:15. That'll give me a nice little time for a potty break, get me a cup of coffee. And yeah. Let me see now. All right. I hope you guys will come over there and watch with us. I have no idea what happened, but Morgana says it was good. She didn't want to spill the tea and spoil the spoils. So anyway, I'm sorry today has been such a wonk fest because, I mean, we got to hear all the things, but we didn't get to see none of the things. So at least we know that he did it. He admitted he did it. But is he going to get to say why he did it? Or is the judge zipping his lips? I do not know. I guess we will find out tomorrow. So I will plan on, for those of you that are not coming over to Karen Reed, I will see you tomorrow about the same time as today, about 10 a.m.-ish, and hope that we can get somewhere. So thank you for joining for this Poop Fest today. All like 4 hours of it, because we streamed for 2 hours earlier and 2 hours now and got nothing but an opening statement. So, all right. Thanks for watching. And if you're watching Karen Reed with us, make sure to click the link in the chat and run over. And I'll see you over there in about 15 minutes. Thank you. Thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Click the replay button. No, not the replay button. Click the notification button so you don't miss anything. And then hashtag replay if you're watching this later, tater. Okay? Love you guys. Bye.